All right. Hey, good evening. Come on in and grab a seat, everybody. Come on in. Find you a seat. We've got some, I guess these seats are already marked up here and saved up here. That's great. Come on up. Come on in. Move up. Grab a seat. Everybody find your seat. We're going to get started. We had a couple of issues to take care of before we could officially kick off. Who's got these seats right here? Whose seats are these? Where are all these people? Oh, okay, very good. All right. Hey, if you can hear me, clap once. If you can hear me, clap twice. Oh, if you can hear me, clap 3 times. All right, then you know what happens after that. Very good. We have some very, very special guests in the room, and we're going to get to them momentarily. We have a few things to do before we get to that, though. And so let's do this. I want to welcome you all to True North. If you're joining us online, we're glad to have you with us. I'm David Skidmore. This is Courtney Parsons. Everybody say good evening to Courtney.
Good evening.
And good evening to all of you, especially if you're a guest. If you are a guest, we are going to have an opportunity for all of us to stand up in just a minute and meet one another. We're not going to embarrass you. We're not going to embarrass you, but we are going to ask that we all meet one another in just a minute. Do this. If you can silence your cell phones, that'll be very helpful. If you got a phone, let's make sure it's not a distraction. Go ahead and silence those for us. That'll be great. Remember, screens down, fun up. There we go. We want to make sure we turn up the fun and put the screens down. Don't let those be a distraction. And then, if you've got a drink, especially one of our cups up here, everybody hold on to those. Those need to be put away during the 4-minute party. None of those can be put on the ground. If you've got a water bottle or something, but any other drink, even these Chick-fil-A drinks, any drink that is not in a totally closed container, please pick those up so we don't have any spills. We don't want to take time to do spills. Thanks so much. Okay, we're going to do this. We're going to regroup on a couple of things. We're going to give you a chance to meet some folks. We have some people watching online. You can come up and say hi to this camera right here. We haven't said hello to Garrison in a while. Garrison down in Alabama. Everybody, let's all look at this camera. If we can get a shot to this camera here. You guys can look right over there. Everybody say, hey, Garrison. And those of you that know Garrison, come and say hi to him. There's other people that are watching us online. Many of you, I did not get the text in time from my dad last week. I read it after True North, but my dad texted and said, would you please thank everyone for their prayers and text and cards. Many of you have been nice enough to ask. My dad, bless you. My dad is home and is slowly recovering from a very serious abdominal infection and is slowly getting better. So mom and dad are watching, and we have lots of other guests. Now remember, we have some very special guests in the room, and they're all sitting back there, and if you recognize one of those people that is significant in your life, then you need to go and say hello to them. If you are one of our principals and you have not checked in, with Courtney, during the 4-minute party, you need to come and give her your name so we know you're here, because everybody back there is checked in. But any of our principals that have not checked in that might have come in the last few moments, please find her. Hey, everybody, this is your time to get rid of your drinks, meet our guest, talk to the people around you, say hello to the people in front and behind you. Let's have, oh wait, if you're one of our greeters, come up here. One of our folks with gift cards. Almost forgot. So many things have happened today, my brain is in a completely different place. During the 4-minute party, you're going to come, if you're one of our guests, you're going to come and find one of these folks. They'll give you a gift card. You'll fill out a visitor form. Everybody else, we want you to meet. Adults, we want you to play by the same rules. Meet people around you as well that you don't know. Let's all stand up and let's have a 4-minute party. Do that now.
Garrison!
Hi, Garrison.
Hey, Garrison.
Hey.
Garrison, I'm coming for you.
Hi, Garrison.
What's up?
How's Alabama? Good, good.
Candy.
No. What's up?
How you doing, man?
Hey.
That's it. Party's over.
Hi. Oh my goodness. I personally, I just cannot believe it that we're back here again. I think this is really fun. I know I always say that you look very nice, and this evening is no different. But I really wanted to hammer it home, so I have with me here a model just a person who I think looks pretty fantastic. And you are about on this level. I might even say that you're even better than this person, but don't tell anyone that. All right, bye.
Hey, camera! Pull up next to me, guys!
I kind of got cut off. I didn't get to do a formal goodbye. All right, bye.
All right, go ahead and grab a seat quickly, please. Grab a seat and let's get going. If you have a visitor form and you're filling one out, just fill it out, and when you're done, just come lay it on this table. That's all you got to do. Just lay it on this table. Hopefully you got your gift card. Did you meet some folks you didn't know?
I did.
Okay. I know we don't have time to talk to Ellie tonight, but kindergarten going well?
Yes, she got to go to the library the first time today. She's got a book that she brought home about toucans.
A book about toucans?
Yes.
Okay, wow. That's great. So she is loving, and I understand that she met Maisie Wolf on vacation.
Yes.
You all had no idea.
Yes.
I had no idea that you all went to the same church, and they went to the same school.
Yes.
And the same church. That's great.
So
all right, let's do this. We're going to keep rolling on. We've got several folks that are getting a little bit older, so it is time for our birthdays in the borough. If you got a birthday that falls between August 13th and August 19th, come on up here. Come on up. Anybody? We got August 13th and 19th birthdays. We got several. All right, very good. Let's pass these out. Okay, here you go. You got an Abraham Lincoln sticker. Everybody in the NBYG on their birthday gets an Abraham Lincoln sticker. We're going to sing, how old? 13. 14. All right, we're going to sing happy birthday. The way we do it in the NBYG is with 3 simple words, and those words are, you're still cool, and it goes like this.
Well, you're 1 year older than you used to be.
Sing it out, guys.
You're still cool.
Here we go. You still got it. It's plain to see. Come on. You're still cool. Here we go. Yes, your birthday today.
That's why we're here to say that
You're still
cool.
Everybody say happy birthday. All right, good job. Congratulations. Woo, moving on. All right, exciting. Hey, today's Wednesday. That means tomorrow is?
Panera.
No, Thursday.
Thursday.
It's Thursday. So
Sorry.
tell us. Give us all the info.
Okay, we meet at Panera on Memorial by Sprouts from 4 to 5, and we have a really fun Bible study. Lots of fun girls, so please come and hang out with us.
I have two questions. Two questions. One, how many of you ladies in the room have ever been to one of these Panera Bible studies on Thursday? Raise your hand. All right, my next question is like unto it. Have you all ever been told, hey, we need to quiet it down a little bit over here?
Never.
Oh, that's really good. That's really good. Serious question. Have you ever been asked, what's going on? What is this?
Not yet.
Well, you will be.
We have?
You have, yeah.
Was it when we were outside that day? We had a huge group one day, and there was a lady that asked what we were doing.
Okay. Well, at some point, that is going to happen. And it's awesome. Tomorrow from 4 to 5, we'll send a text out to remind everybody and make sure you do that. All right. We're moving on, everybody. Let's have some fun. It is time for... No, I'm sorry. Yeah. The high five. The high five for the City of Children. We've told you that we're no longer sponsoring Eric, but we've asked you in August to give $5 on 2 of the Sundays. We have 2 Sundays left. To try to give $5 to make up for the fact that we don't collect in September. This past week, you all gave $150.25. Nice job. Good job. We have to raise about $75 every week, and so we did pretty good. That made up for like a couple weeks here, so you're doing good. Let's keep doing. We got 2 more Sundays. If you got it, say got it. Okay, now I got off the schedule. That was my fault. And so now we're ready. I think now it is. Hey, I forgot about this too.
You got it.
I'll get it. I'm going to take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. I've told you all about the 50th anniversary celebration at the City of Children. It's going to happen in Nashville. All the info's there. Many of you, some of you in the room, especially some of you adults, want to be a part of that. All the info you need. Those tickets are going pretty quickly, and they're limited to right under 400 tickets. And I know that they're well over halfway. If you would like to go, you need to get online and get those tickets reserved. I just got mine last week. So we'll see you all there for that. That'd be a great time to go and do that. Okay, now it's time for Pictures of the Week. Here we go. I don't know that everybody is here for this first one. I've looked and I don't believe that they are here. So we're going to present it and, oh, you know what? Incorrect. Both are here. I just confirmed visually that both are here. We have some leftover business from the summer. We have 2 cornies to present, everybody. 2 final cornies to present. There you go. Hold that up for us. Let's see that. Here are the cornies. Okay, you know the cornies are essentially awards that we give out in the summer for moments of distinction. And we had 2 that weren't there. One was our Don't Rock the Boat corny from the guys' retreat. Come on up, Eli. Come on up here, Eli. Big hand for Eli. So, Eli was in the boat. You fell out of the boat. Let's grab that mic right there if you don't mind. Can you grab? Oh, okay. We'll swap mics there.
Oh boy.
You were in the boat. You fell out of the boat, and you lost multiple items.
Oh yeah.
What'd you lose?
My glasses were the big deal.
You lost your glasses and your shoes.
Yeah. But well, not like really lose the shoes, but like they were wet. So like guys retreat, you can't wear wet shoes the whole time.
You found the shoes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought they were at the bottom of your glasses. Were never recovered.
Yeah, no, those are just gone.
And you ended up wearing Selvin's glasses.
Yes, sirree.
Do y'all have the same eyesight? Same prescription? And for the rest of the week when you were wearing his glasses, is it true that everybody kept getting you confused, thinking that you were Selvin? Did that happen?
I don't think I don't think that happens.
Okay. Hey, we're going to give you this corny. There you go. Display it with pride. Display it with pride. We had one other corny, and I just confirmed this person is here. And so we're going to give them their corny. You guys may remember, we simply called it the Wear the Chair corny. And here's a picture in case you needed proof. There it is. Logan, come on up, Logan. Come here, Logan. Logan, come here. Turn this way. Yeah, the audience is out there. Come here. So, Logan, in this picture that they can all see here, you are sitting in a chair while wearing a chair.
Yeah.
Would you? I'm going to hold this mic because it could be dangerous to hand a microphone to Logan. No offense, Logan. I want to monitor this. Logan, so tell us what's the thought process, the strategy is better. What's the strategy behind wearing a chair?
Really just like, I would have a chair because right outside the doors, everyone was waiting and they were locked, and I just took out my chair and sat in it.
Okay, that's good. That's fine.
I mean,
that is a great strategy to always have a chair in case you need it. I can appreciate that. My next question is, why are you not sitting in the chair now in that picture?
because there was a chair there already.
Okay, fair question. So you're just You're just going to wear your chair
while I'm sitting in the
while
chair.
you sit in another chair. All right, well,
Yeah.
the interns all felt like you deserved this, so go and display it in your house with pride. Logan Pratt, everybody. What's the matter?
Yeah.
All right, very good. Very good. Thank you, Logan. Good job. Hey, all the cornies have now been given out. All right, to our special guest, we are going to get to you here momentarily, but first we have something that's incredible. This is incredible. Have you ever tried to do trick shots with any type of trick shot?
Basketball.
Basketball.
Yeah.
You and your sisters tried to do trick shots?
Me and Tyler.
You and Tyler try to do trick shots?
Yes.
Like what? Give us an example of a trick shot you try to do.
So like a
Hold on, I want to wait till they're listening to you.
hook shot, but like with a twist.
Okay.
So when we play horse, a lot of trick shots.
Okay, a lot of horse, okay. How many of you have done any sort of trick shot you're really, really proud of? Any trick shot you're really proud of? Anybody willing to tell us about this is what you actually pulled off one time? Oh, you did pull it off. I want to see, one that you actually pulled off. All right, Jeremiah, what'd you do?
I was sitting on my couch.
Sitting on his couch. I'm repeating for the viewers at home and out there.
I shot a Nerf dart not aiming, and it went into a crack between the wall and
You shot a Nerf dart without aiming, and it went into a crack in the wall. Okay. All right, very good. That's impressive. It's impressive. All right, A full court basketball shot except with a football. Okay, very, very good. Let's get one more. We got time for one. You have one? Yeah, let's hear it. Wait, you putted a soccer ball into a basketball goal. How many tries did it take you? A lot. Okay. So some of you know what it's like to try over and over and over and over and over again. I just found this to be incredible. These guys, I'm told this is all real, but they show you how long it took them, how many months of time. And I believe that's the first video up. Is that right? Is it the first video up? Is that one? Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, last week's video. That's my bad. So last week, we showed you this. We'll show you this. This was impressive. Show it to you one more time, just so you all know. I showed you this. This was last week's video. Okay, pretty impressive. And so we had a couple of guys. I asked you the question, who would be the most likely pair in our group to try to pull this off? And you all nominated whom? Yeah, Alex and Zach. And so I was kind of joking, but I said if you guys got 4 complete volleys doing that with a soccer ball, that we would give Kit Kats for everybody. The problem is they could not, I still don't believe this, they could not find a soccer ball. And I thought, okay, lame excuse. But they did say we did find several other options. And I said, well, what do you got? And a new segment was created. Mike and I created it literally at lunch. And this new segment is called Mission Possible with Alex and Zach. And so this speaks for itself. We're just going to roll this. We're going to roll this footage. And guys, go ahead and take it away and let's watch their attempt. Remember, the goal they're going for is 4 volleys. Even though they didn't find a soccer ball, we'll let another one count. So that is with a volleyball. And they did it. They did it the first try. They got 5. That's great. Then they tried it with a spike ball. And, okay, they got 6. Impressive. Then they decided to try it with a kickball. I'm already blown away. I'm already impressed. I mean, 12. Impressive. They made it to 12. Then they tried it with a magic 8-ball beach ball. And that thing is very light, y'all. I mean, this may be the most impressive one yet. Oh, he saved it. He saved it. 19. They got 19 with the beach ball. So that was Mission Impossible with Alex and Zach. And hey, they did it. We fulfill our end of the bargain. So tonight, as you leave, Kit Kats for everybody. Kit Kats for everybody. They will be standing at the door. They'll be standing at the door. You get one Kit Kat, it's a 2-pack, one little 2-pack Kit Kat on the way out. Guys, you're responsible for getting that there. A big hand for these guys. Good job. Alex and Zach. All right. So we're not going to do this every week, guys. Zach, we're not going to do it every week. But the way this works is we find something that seems impossible. You guys try to recreate it. You have 1 week. That's it. If you get 1 week to make it happen. You all made all that happen in 1 week. Let's watch one of these. Your mission, if you choose to accept it, for next week, for Tootsie Pops for everybody here. Tootsie Pops for everybody here is to make one of these happen. Pick one of these and make it happen. Tootsie Pops for everybody. Check out these guys. Here we go. That took 3 months of trying. These are all the successful version. Oh, unbelievable. Oh. Let's go! How on earth? Oh. Let's go! That's it. Oh. That took 3 years. 3 years of trying that shot. You guys pick any one of those you want. Any one of those you want. We'll show it to you later, and you try one of those if you can make it happen, okay? There we go. That's Mission Impossible. Mission Impossible. Okay. And you and Tyler can try that too if you like.
Yes. Look at
You can try one of those. Hey, we started a new segment last week. Do you remember the one we started last week? We had a brand new segment.
Yes.
What was it called?
The escalator?
Yes.
That escalated quickly.
That's right. That's right. It's time. Oh, no. Sorry. It's time once again for That Escalated Quickly. Here we go. This escalated quickly. This escalated quickly.
Okay, now I'm scared, but we thought, pull it.
The way you Sarah, I wish you could have seen Sarah. Sarah about came out of her seat. All right, here's one more. One more. This escalated quickly. This escalated very quickly. Oh, Twindy. Oh! I just want to watch that one more time. That escalated quickly. That escalated quickly. Okay. Hey, I think you'll be excited. I think you'll be excited about this. Nathan, come on up. Where's Nathan? Oh, there he is, right there. Check this out. There we go. Hey, Cooper Grubbs passed this on to you. Yes. Cooper Grubbs went to you. Let's make sure this is on. Cooper Grubbs just informed us that he had passed this on to you, and he gives his full blessing for you to take this and run with it. I have no idea what story you're about to tell, but this is your first time ever to share a Wild Times. Let's hear it.
So this one time I went to get the...
Go ahead.
So this one time I went to get the Grimace Shake with my brother, and when they gave us the Grimace Shake, my cup had a hole in it. So through many methods of trial and error, I had to try and fix that, and the solution that ended up working was Alex's shirt from kids camp. Wild Times.
Very good. Very good. He nailed that. The solution was his shirt to plug up. Alex, can you tell?
My crop top.
Wait. Alex was wearing a crop top and that didn't make it into the story? And wait, how was that the solution? You wrapped his crop top around the cup with a hole. Okay. Was a crop top? Was there enough of a shirt to go around the cup? Okay. Save the grimace shake. Very good. Hey, give a big hand. Nathan Land, everybody. Good job. Good job, Nathan. All right. Now, something that is a really big deal. We have some special guests with us tonight, and we want you all to get ready. We'll take turns introducing these folks. But just direct your attention back there. We'll give them an official welcome and call you up here in a second. But tonight, everybody, for like the 10th straight year, it's Principal Night here at True North. No. Not yet. We're going to call for that. No, you stay there. No, that was too fast. Just wait right there. All right. It is Principal Night. We're going to call up our principals, and here's how this works. When you hear your name, students, we know we have 30 kids from some schools and 1 or 2 from some and maybe none from others. If there is no student present tonight, which is probably not going to happen, we want adults. We want you to make sure that we pray over those principals, so help us out with that. If you got it, adults, say got it. Teens, we want you're going to pray around your principal, and we'd like for at least 2 students, a guy and a girl if possible, or 2 guys or 2 girls to say a prayer for that principal. So 2 students. If you got it, students, say got it. And in just a minute, the principals are going to come up and they're going to select one of their students. It can be a former student or a current student to assist them in a little bit of a challenge for a prize that is of unspeakable worth. It's totally unspeakable because I forgot how much it's worth. I forgot how much I paid for it at the yard sale. All right, let's welcome our principals. First of all, we're going to welcome from Central, we have
Amy Guthrie.
Dr. Guthrie, come on up. Come on up. And then from Riverdale High School, we have Tamara Blair. Come on up. Guests, if you'll just take your place on the stage, and you're going to grab one of these packets of cards. You'll need one of these packets of cards. Hey, and go ahead and pick a student. If you see a student, go ahead and pick a student. So we got to have a Riverdale student, and we have to have a Central student. You pick them, and then you just come stand beside them. Okay, next we have, because they are a North Boulevard member, it's not a high school or middle school, but there's somebody here that I know went there. We want to welcome one of our favorite elementary principals, Dr. Clark Blair from McFadden, the McFadden School of Excellence. Come on up, Dr. Blair. And we need a former McFadden student to assist. Or, is there a current McFadden student in the back? Are there any younger kids here? They may go to McFadden. Dr. Blair, you pick who you want. Okay, our next one.
Matthew Bullington from Discipleship Tutorial.
Come on, Matthew. From MTCS, Dr. Robert Sane.
From Siegel High School, Larry Creasy.
All right, find you a student. Find you a student. And then from Watertown High School, is this the first time ever or second time? We have Emily Atkinson. Come on up. Come on up. Yes.
Okay, from Stewart Creek Middle, LaTony Murray.
We've got a very loud and vocal representation from Stewart's Creek Middle. I think Kennedy is campaigning to be the student to help out there. And then, unless we missed one, last but not least, we have from Central High School, Dr. John Ash. All right, come on up. Grab one set of cards. One set of cards. All right, we're going to take turns going over these questions, and then don't let me forget this, okay?
All right.
Because I did last year. All right, to all of our principals, let's make sure we have a student to assist you. Have you all found a student? Is there not a Riverdale student here tonight? We need to have a. We got one. Maddie, are you going? Okay, Maddie, we got a Riverdale student. We need to have. Who are you looking for? Georgia McCaslin. Georgia McCaslin, are you here? Georgia, you've been summoned. All right. Everybody has a student. Okay. Now here's how this is going to work. First of all, everybody, let's do this. We'll thank them again more appropriately later. But let's welcome as many of our Rutherford County principals who showed up tonight. Let's give them a big NBYG welcome, guys. Several of you have been at many of these. Some of you may have been to all of them. We're honored to have you here. And as you know, we are competing tonight. Dr. Sane is going to defend his title as a two-time champion. Are you the only two-time champion, or do you know? If you are here to, you do what? If you are here tonight and you have won the Principal's Cup, would you please raise your hand? All right. Dr. Guthrie wants it to go back. Hey, in your seats, you all had a piece of candy that my principal, elementary principal, Dr. Ann Culbreth, gave to students whenever they came to visit and had done something good. And it's a piece of strawberry candy that is not popular to anybody unless you are over the age of 50, maybe. But it's for you. You can take that. If there's one in the seat next to you that's not claimed, you can have that as well. Parents, we have some extras in a bowl over here. You can grab one on the way out. But the Principal's Cup is full of them. Ladies and gentlemen, let's bring out the Principal's Cup. Slowly, slowly, slowly. Lift it up high.
I need you to write Dr. Sane's name in here in a Sharpie on this before we leave. Yeah, just set it right here.
Yeah.
All right. Just to prove the Principal's Cup is loaded with strawberry candy. And previous winners, Mr. Barlow. Dr. Ash, you won it in 2015. Did you not raise your hand?
He did like this.
Oh, okay. You should be more excited to have won this than that. And then Dr. Blair. Which Dr. Blair won it? You won it. Yeah, you did. You all forgot you won this? And then Mr. Torres, Dr. Sane. Oh. Sorry.
Dr. Sane, Miss Coronado, Dr. Guthrie in 2021, and then Dr. Sane in 2022. All right, so we are going to give this out tonight to the winner of this game. The game we're going to play is called Back to School Trivia. Back to School Trivia. Now, in your hands, you hold cards that say 1, 2, 3, or 4. You're going to pick an answer, and you're going to do it quickly. You're going to hold it up. Now, listen. If you get a miss, you get 2 misses. Well, 1 miss, and then your second miss, you're eliminated from the game. So 1 miss, you're still in. 2 misses, you are eliminated from the game. You must clear the stage and have a seat. And when you do clear the stage, stop by here. Actually, just step down on this, because we're going to get a picture of everybody back up there. But you do have a Starbucks gift card. We have a $5 Starbucks gift card as a way of thanking all of you. So be sure and get that before you leave. So, all right. Courtney, we're going to go question by question. We're going to start with the first question. You all pick an answer. Here's your first question.
Which term refers to the fear of going to school?
Okay, you can either look at this screen here, or maybe that one's tough to see. I do not know how to pronounce these. Courtney, you want to try? You want to try one?
Number 1, didascalian phobia.
Good enough. Number 2.
Ergophobia.
Number 3.
Latrophobia.
And number 4.
Agoraphobia.
All right. One of these terms is the fear of going to school. 1, 2, 3, or 4. Choose your answer. Hold it up. You've got 4 seconds to give us an answer. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold it up. Hold it up high so that we can see. And on the honor system, if your principal gets it right, cheer loudly. The correct answer is number 1. Number 1.
Strong start.
All right. Who got it right? Only one got it right. Oh, wow. This could go.
He really wants this back.
Robert wants this back. All right. Here's your second question. In Armenia, all children age 6 and up are taught what at school as part of their mandatory curriculum? Robotics, chess, coding, or cooking? In Armenia, all children age 6 and up. Hey, Robert, I know you're going to not like this. Are we allowed to just say we're going to give everybody 2 free misses and then they're eliminated on the third? No. What if we give you an extra one? We'll give you an extra one. All right. Hey, we're going to give you at least 2 misses now. We want you to stay in the game longer. All right, everybody pick. Which one of these is taught in Armenia? Let's see it. Hold it up. Show us. Oh, you're going against your mom. I just now realized this. This is crazy. All right, here we go. The correct answer in Armenia, they teach their students chess. Chess. All right, you're still
2 for 2.
Robert's going for it. All right, you get 2 misses, everybody. You get 2. How many of you have missed 2? If you've missed 2 on your third one, you're out. Okay? On your third one, you are out. All right, Courtney, take it away. Here's the next one.
All right, question 3. A standard graphite pencil has enough graphite to draw a line how many miles long or write how many words? Number 1, 10 miles and 12,000 words. Number 2, 22 miles and 36,000 words. Number 3, 35 miles and 45,000 words. Or number 4, 43 miles and 54,000 words.
It's a lot of numbers, a lot of miles, a lot of words. You got to pick one. Pick one. What say you? All right, when you have your answer, reveal your answer on 3, 2, 1. Show us your answer. Don't look at other people's answers. It doesn't matter what they answered. All right, let's see it. Let's see it. Hold them up high.
Turn it around, Harper.
All right, if it's a third miss, you need to come down to the floor. Here's the answer, Courtney.
Number 3.
All right, okay, third miss. Stay here, stay here. Principals can stay here. Students can have a seat. Students can have a seat, but principals can stay here. Principals stay here. All right, here we go. How many of you have 1 miss? Who has 2 misses? Who has them all correct? You have missed. Okay, here we go. Here's your next question. According to health experts, what is the maximum weight children should carry in their backpack? 5 to 10% of your body weight. 2 is 10 to 20%. 3 is 20 to 30%. Or 4, 30 to 40%. What do health experts say is the maximum weight you should carry in your backpack? All right, show us your answer. 3, 2, 1, and let's go. Hold it up. Okay. A lot of answers. A lot of answers. Mr. Murray is like, oh, all right, he's into this. All right, here we go. The correct answer is 2. 2. 2. All right. Does everybody now have 2 misses? Everybody's had 2 misses. You only have had 1. Okay.
Ooh.
All right, Courtney, here's your next question.
Oh. In geometry, which theorem states that the square of the hypotenuse of a right triangle is equal to the sum of the squares on the legs? 1, Euler's theorem. 2, Pythagorean theorem. 3, butterfly theorem. 4, Diodorus theorem.
All right, choose your answer. You have 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and show us the answer. And the answer is Pythagorean theorem. Here we go. The Pythagorean theorem. All right. That was easy. What was the average money spent on back-to-school shopping in U.S. households with students in grades K through 12 in 2019? The average money spent on back-to-school shopping. This is average across the U.S. $696, $734, $822, or $1,104. Any guess? 3, 2, 1, let's go. All right. Somebody's sitting down now. Who's it going to be? The correct answer is. All right. Come on down if you miss twice. Oh, that's it. Okay. All right. We're down to 3. Principals, stay here. We now have 3 contestants. We have Siegel represented. Siegel? We have Central represented. And we have the discipleship tutorial represented. Courtney, here's your next question.
Okay. Which of the following schools is not fictional?
It's not fictional.
Not fictional. Okay. Bikini Bottom Elementary School, Mission Ridge School, Van Atta Junior High School, Seaview Middle School.
So 3 of these are fictional schools from cartoons, movies, or TV shows. All right. 3, 2, 1. Which one is real? Which one is real? All right.
All different.
You all have 2 misses. You have 2 misses. This means that we could potentially have a winner. Ladies and gentlemen, the one that is not fictional. All right. For the first time ever, the Principal's Cup is going to Siegel High School. Let's hear it for Mr. Larry Creasy. Stay up here. Congratulations. There you go. All right, let's get all of our principals. Would you join back up on the stage, please? Guys, can you go back to the slide that says Principals Night? Let's get all of our principals back up on the stage for a photograph. We'll line them all up on the stage. And let's gather in under the screen. You can get in front of the table. Let's get in front of the table here. Mr. Creasy, if you'll get in the middle and proudly hold up the cup. If you'll get that and just make sure we get the Dr. Sain's name put on it. And then we can actually go ahead and put Mr. Creasy's name on it.
All right, will do.
I just want somebody with good handwriting to do that. Okay, let's get all of our principals to look right here. We're going to get you all to smile here. Let's all smile. Okay, 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to do the happy face. Robert, you going to show them how it's done? Show us how it's done. 2 hands, just like this. 2 hands, look really happy. Here we go. All right, ready, and go. Let's go. All right, very good. Very good. We got it. Hey, every year the challenge is to get that picture before Dr. Ash stops doing the happy face. I try to do it really, really quickly. Hey, guys, we're going to now have you gather around your principal. We'll just ask, ladies and gentlemen, if you'll just stand around the room. Students, listen carefully. Here's your assignment. We want you to find your principal, and for some of you, we know there's only a handful of students. And you can join, adults, you can join another principal. As long as they have one person praying for their school, that's all we need, that's fine. But we'd love for you that are students, and if your principal is not represented or not here, then you can find another group that maybe could use some other people to surround one of these principals. Does everybody understand your job? And we're going to give you a few moments to do that. Principals, everybody got your gift card? Did everybody get your gift card? Everybody else got theirs? We're going to write something on the cup before you take it away. So let Courtney write something on the cup there for you. And then we're going to say a thank you to them before we dismiss. So once you finish praying, would you please just quietly stay where you are? I'll wrap up that prayer. But this has been an extremely special tradition for us. And to you men and women, we are so deeply thankful for the work that you do in our community. We know that most of the time you're having to deal with the biggest of the big problems. And for at least one night, we wanted you just to be celebrated and not have to worry about being told anything bad. And we're so thankful. For those of you that have come for the first time or that have been here multiple times, for the work that you do, we are deeply thankful from students all over the county. So, guys, let's quietly, We'll play some music just so that we can kind of set the mood as you guys go to your respective stations. And let's have one guy and one girl pray for your principal and for your school and however else you feel led to pray for them. Let's all stand and let's do that now. Any parents that want to get a picture of your student praying with your group and you want to text that to me, that would be appreciated. Let's go ahead and surround your principal. Let's surround him and let's begin those prayers now, please. If you'll go ahead and begin those prayers, guys. Hey, nbyg, those of you that are done, I know a lot of you are done, but we want to say thank you to all of our principals, vice principals, assistant principals for participating in this almost over a decade of being able to welcome you into our space. Would you all join me in giving them one more round of applause? Thank you all for being with us. And we're going to allow them to slowly slip out if they need to. You're certainly welcome to stay. But everybody else, let's get back to our seats, please. All right, guys, come on back. Come on back and grab a seat. Grab a seat. Thank you again to all of our principals, vice principals, assistant principals. We're honored to have you with us. And Mr. Creasy, now you've got to come back next year and bring the cup with you next year. Very good. Hey, thank you all for doing that. That really is a powerful moment, and I know it's meaningful for them and for us. If you're one of our singers, if you guys will come and just grab a spot, we are going to sing a few songs tonight. I want to share something with you that I saw on the news not long ago to prepare our minds as we get ready to worship. How many of you in the room are big Jeopardy fans? Anybody big Jeopardy? Maybe your mom or dad or grandparent are probably a bigger Jeopardy fan than maybe some of you. Hey, how many of you watch Jeopardy and out of a category of, 6 answers, you're like, boy, I got 3 or 4 of those, right? Have you ever done that? Okay. How many of you have ever watched Final Jeopardy and you're like, man, I knew the answer to that. Like, I got that right. I was watching Final Jeopardy. I hardly ever watch Jeopardy, but it was several weeks ago. I don't remember when. Was watching Jeopardy, and a category came up, and I got pretty excited about it, and I thought, this is going to be awesome. And not a single person got it right or even really had a guess at the answer. And here was the question. Before you shout out the answer, I'm just curious how many of you knew the answer. Nobody on Jeopardy. So I got on Twitter to just check and see. Jeopardy's Twitter had down that nobody got it right, and lots of people weighed in. A lot of people couldn't believe that nobody got this particular clue. Matthew 6:9 says, "Our Father which art in heaven, this be thy name." And most of you in the room would have gotten this right. Some of you wouldn't have, and that's totally fine. But how many of you say, if this had been my question, I would have known what to put down? And what's the answer? Yes, hallowed, or hallowed as we used to say in the King James language. Hallowed or holy, sacred be thy name. Nobody knew it. And other people were commenting, how do they not know this? And other people commented, I'm an atheist and I knew the answer to this question. Other people were putting down, this question is way too difficult for Jeopardy. How are they using questions this difficult for Jeopardy? It was just a mixture of comments. And I'm watching it, and in that moment I realized we live in a world where a lot of people cannot answer this question. Because they do not know that God's name is sacred, holy, hallowed. And so every week we get together and we sing, and we're going to do that for just a couple of songs tonight. And then we're going to really set up our series that we're going to kick off full steam next Wednesday night. Next Wednesday will technically be, the majority, maybe it's going to be technically part 3, but it'll really be part 1 of our series. But I want us to sing a few songs tonight. And so we're going to, we'll turn the lights down throughout the room. And we're just going to start tonight by reminding ourselves of the holy name of God. Now, holy doesn't mean that holiness doesn't mean perfect. The word holy, it means set apart. And so when we say you are holy, we are saying, God, we are putting you at a place where nothing else gets this space. And so for just a few moments, we're going to do that now. Let's stand together. Let's sing a few songs. We'll go ahead and cut those lights. You are holy, and you are mighty. You are worthy, worthy of praise. I will follow, I will listen, I will love you all of my days.
listen to our hearts and hear our spirits sing. A song of praise that flows from those you have redeemed. We will use the words we know to tell you what an awesome God you are. But words are not enough to tell you of our love. So listen to our hearts. But words are not enough to tell you of our love. So listen to our hearts. Everyone needs compassion, love that's never failing. Let mercy fall on me. And everyone needs forgiveness, the kindness of the Savior, the hope of nations. Savior, He can move the mountains. My God is mighty to save. He is mighty to save forever. Author of salvation. He rose and conquered the grave. Jesus conquered the grave. So take me as you find me. All my fears and failures. Fill my life again. I give my life to follow everything I believe in. Now I surrender. Savior, He can move the mountains. My God is mighty to save. He is mighty to save forever. Author of salvation. He rose and conquered the grave. Jesus conquered the grave. Shine your light and let the whole world see. We're singing for the glory of the risen King. Jesus, shine your light and let the whole world see. We're singing for the glory of the risen King. Savior, He can move the mountains. My God is mighty to save. He is mighty to save forever. Author of salvation. He rose and conquered the grave. Jesus conquered the grave.
Let's sing one more tonight. Let's sing more. Let's sing out. No other guys. The God of the heavens, the ancient of days, the God of our Father, and God of our praise, the Alpha Omega, beginning and end, forever and ever.
And the church said, let's all have a seat together. Well, I want to thank you for an amazing job of honoring your principals. I know that not all of you had your principal that showed up, and hopefully every year we try to get more and more principals to show up. All of them were personally emailed and invited, and many of you invited them as well. And we're so thankful for those that came out. And every year we get emails and texts that say, that really was more encouraging than even maybe you all intended it to be for them. So thank you all for doing that, for being great hosts, for taking the lead in praying. I don't know who all of you prayed, but incredible job. Amazing, incredible job. Thank you for doing that. Next week is when we really kick off this series. I knew we were going to have a lot going on tonight. I knew last week was going to be crazy with a lot of things that had to happen. And so for those of you who said, hey, I'm ready for this series to begin. I'm ready for us to get into the Word. We're going to continue to take another step into that tonight. But then next week, we're going to really begin to dive in. Next week, when you show up, everybody's going to have an opportunity to get your own brick. You'll get one that'll stay here for the time being in the filling station. You'll pick one of these up. We've got Sharpies that'll be on the stage. Everybody will get a Sharpie, or you'll have to share a Sharpie. We have over 100 Sharpies, so you may have to share, but you'll get a Sharpie, or you can bring your own. If you want to come prepared, that would be great. Bring your own Sharpie, and you're going to write on your brick. And Eli's going to have his own brick, and when it's done, he'll put it up on the stage in a pile with all of the other that match a couple of letters of last name. So he'll be able to find his brick the next time. And throughout this entire series, you're going to write some notes on this brick. You can write it here, top, side, however you want to write. But we want you to have all of your notes on this brick. Now, if you want to write them in a journal, that'd be great. And if you want to write them somewhere else in your Bible, that'd be great. But we'd love for you to write them on a brick so you can put this somewhere and have it. And we're going to tell you the main things to write on here. You can write anything that sticks out to you, but everybody's going to get a brick next week. And we mentioned that we're jumping into a series that we are calling Nehemiah, Rise and Build, which comes from one of my favorite books of the Old Testament. And somebody already asked the question last week, like, is this a real story? And yes, like it's a real story about a real human, about a real guy who is not just a Bible character. I used the word character, which I think confused a couple of people last week. He's a character in the sense that he is a person in the Bible, but he's a real guy who lived. We have plenty of historical evidence. It would almost be foolish to say Nehemiah didn't live, this didn't happen. Plenty of historical records outside of the Bible to indicate that these events happened. They came from the story of Nehemiah. I mentioned to you last week, and I showed you pictures last week of many of our graduates from the class of 23 that came over for a final prayer and blessing, and they put all of these bricks together. There was over 200, or right at 200 of them, exactly 200 that they put together. And next week the stage will be full of them. And you'll pick one up. And they presented them. They wanted to leave that as kind of a legacy to you, knowing that they assembled these with care and that you'll have a chance to write on one and kind of pass the baton of leadership onto you. And so I'm deeply thankful for that. There we are, loading them all up into the cars. Now, I've not been to Israel. I know there are many in the room, several in the room who have. Several of you have seen at least the portions of the wall around the city that still stand even to this day. Many of you have taken tours. Some of you have had relatives that have. And one of my life's goals and dreams is to be able to go to the Holy Land and to be able to tour and to see some of these places that we read about in Scripture. Because as my brother, who has been there, and others, when they go there and they say there's just something about standing and seeing the places where Jesus walked, and the stones that he very likely could have stepped on, and the hill where he was crucified, and the buildings where these things took place, and it just makes everything come to life. But one of the things that you will notice are a lot of ruins all around the city. And all over that part of the world, ruins from ancient sites. And some of these have been excavated, and some have been restored, and some are still left in ruins. But you can still go and see a lot of the rubble. This is a word that we use, and it's used in different translations, depending on what Bible you have, to describe what Nehemiah found out when he went and asked about all of his friends that had been taken back. Now, I think Zach was our Nehemiah last week, right? So, Zach, if you'll help us out just again, I just want to remind us what happened. We had a really quick history lesson last week. And all of the children of Israel, so let's come over here. Let's imagine this is your home. And we're over here in Jerusalem. And all of the children of Israel were taken away. And taken away first by the Assyrians, then taken away by the Babylonians, then the Persians took over the Babylonians. So now you've got all of these people living and under the rule of Persia, and the Persian king then decides, I'm going to allow some people to go back and to rebuild their homeland. And a lot of them want to go back. And 3 guys, we specifically read about 3 movements of people that go back. I know nobody wants a big history lesson, but this is important. The first is a guy named Zerubbabel, or Zerubbabel. Different people pronounce his name differently. Zerubbabel, which is a fun name to say. It just kind of rolls off your... Zerubbabel goes back, and he leads a group to go back. And then another guy goes back. We have his book that's written right before Nehemiah, a guy by the name of Ezra. Ezra is a priest. Ezra then goes back. And they go back to work on beginning to lay a foundation and beginning to go and rebuild the focus on Scripture and on God's Word. And then Nehemiah. Nehemiah, we mentioned to you last week that in the very first chapter, or the very first couple of verses of this book, which again is Nehemiah's own journal, it's kind of like looking at his blog. These are likely his words that he wrote. It says, the words of Nehemiah, son of Hakaliah, in the month of Kislev in the 20th year, while I was in the citadel of Susa, Hananiah, one of my brothers, came from Judah with some other men, and I questioned them about the Jewish remnant that had survived the exile and also about Jerusalem. So a lot of people have gone back. Nehemiah, who is in the king's palace, working as a cupbearer to the king, almost like the chief of staff, not a butler, but a very, very high position. I mean, a position of power and a position of trust. The cupbearer is the person that was going to try all of the food and wine when the king was served. And if the king, if the cupbearer died, then the king knew, I'm not going to eat that or drink that. And this is a person that the king trusted with his very life. Nehemiah, or Nehemiah, which would be a Jewish pronunciation, Nehemiah, is a guy that we are told this position rather was one of high esteem. Somebody that was trusted, somebody that was probably known, well-liked, and somebody that was probably very attractive. This is somebody that the king said, I want this person to be seen with me all the time. So, congratulations. There we go. And so then when somebody comes back and he says, hey, tell me about all of my friends back home. And they say, yeah, things aren't going so well. There's a lot of rubble. A lot of rubble. He says, what do you mean? The definition, if I were to ask you to define the word rubble, many of you would come up with a definition something like this: broken fragments resulting from decay or destruction. We don't use that word a lot. We don't say, or if I say, give me another definition, you would probably say, maybe, the friend of Fred Flintstone. You up here might not, because many of you have no idea. You've never seen the Flintstones. But many of you, when we hear the word rubble, this is the first thing we think of. If you're my age or older, let's be honest. That's what we think of. But this is the definition that most of you would say. The dictionary, however, lists another definition that I think is significant for the word rubble: a confused mass of worthless things. Now, you guys see there's a similarity in both those definitions. Broken fragments, a building is brought to rubble. right? I don't know if this is the next picture or not. I think it may be, but that's just a picture of a bunch of rocks or a wall that has been knocked down. But in our world, at least in most of your lifetimes, or maybe it was before you were born for a lot of you, but when we think of 9/11, those of us that were in New York recently with the Camp Shiloh team, we went by to see the 9/11 memorial and to see the footprints, the fountains, the footprints. Thank you, guys. The footprints of where these towers once stood. And some of you maybe have relatives that went in the aftermath of this. I had many friends that went and helped to locate survivors and to move rubble. I had emergency workers. And these pictures, we saw these pictures, and many of you, even if these predate your life, you've seen these pictures of what we would consider rubble. Rubble is just a word that says everything is fallen apart. But that other definition that I want you to think about is a confused mass of worthless things. Now listen carefully, because I don't want anybody to get offended. But the reason we're doing this series is not to give you a history lesson on what happened to the Jewish people and to follow the movements of them going back to their homeland. That's important. That's not why we're doing this. We're doing this because tomorrow, those of you certainly in public schools and even in private schools, and even those of you who are homeschooled, you're going to go to a place that is a confused mass of worthless things. I'm not calling your school worthless. I'm not calling your friends worthless in the sense that you might think of worthless. But you're going to go to a place of people who feel as though they have no worth. I'm not judging them and saying your friends are worthless. They're the ones that would not say to you, I'm worthless, but they look in a mirror every morning and they say, I think I am worthless, worth less than somebody else. I'm worth less than that guy or that girl. I'm worth less than this thing or that thing. And you're going to go tomorrow and you're going to sit at a table with a bunch of people that are going to talk about sports and they're going to talk about movies and they're all going to laugh and you're going to think things are great. But they're going to be, it's a confused mass of worthless things because they're going to all be struggling with some sense of worth. Now, I don't expect everybody to maybe necessarily agree, but would just nod your head if you're like, yeah, you're probably right. That's probably happening at my school. And let's be honest, again, not making anybody here feel bad. It's not just the teens up here, it's everybody back there. We feel, we all struggle with a sense of worth. Nehemiah says, how are my friends doing? And they say, it is a confused mass of worthlessness there. One, the wall is completely torn down. They never rebuilt it. Once we were attacked 70 years ago, they've gone back. They never repaired the wall. They're still living. Imagine if 9/11 it still looked like that in those images today. People would begin to wonder, do those people care about where they live? Do they care about their city? Do they care about what people think about them? And even though it took years to get that place cleaned up and looking really, really spectacular and reverent, and when you go visit the memorial, it's really, really moving to stand there, and they've cleaned it all up, but they're still reminded of all the things that happened there. You're going to go to a school tomorrow where people are going to feel like something has been completely broken and torn down. And now let's imagine that you're not Nehemiah, but you're Zach, and you're asking about one of your friends that you left maybe at another school or another town, and they say, oh, things aren't going very good in your youth group back where you used to go because it is a confused mass of worthless things. Now, Zach has a couple of reactions. We looked at this last week. I'm going to echo it again because Zach can react one of several ways. And I meant to make a slide, but I didn't have time today. So one of these reactions could be, boy, I'm sure glad I left. I'm glad I got out of there because that is a confused mass of worthless things over there. I'm over here in the palace. I'm good. Too bad for them. That's one way he or you could and maybe have reacted. Two, he could react this way. He could say, oh, well, it was just a matter of time. I tried to tell them that if they kept doing this or doing that, that was going to happen. But that's on them, not me. I didn't do it. It's not my fault, not my problem. He could react that way. A third way he could react is to say, oh, I know I am so embarrassed. That's why I got away because I didn't really want to mess. It's their life. They can make their own choices, but I let them do what they wanted to do. I had to get away because, worthless over there, but I'm over here. He could react that way. Now, we could go on and I could give you several more. But those are common reactions. And let's be honest, they're reactions that some of you have had about situations with friends of yours. We're not talking about nations of people, but you've left a friend group or you've left a friendship. And some of you needed to leave some friendships. Some of you probably have some friendships you're holding on to now that aren't helping you at all. But you get word from a friend, hey, how are they doing? How are those guys doing? Not your youth group, maybe an old youth group, but how are those guys doing? Oh, not good. It's really bad over there. And Nehemiah says, when I heard these things, I sat down and I wept. We mentioned this last week. For some days I mourned and I fasted and I prayed before the God of heaven. Next week we're going to dive full steam into his prayer because it's a pretty powerful prayer. Thank you, Zach. I want to give you a C.S. Lewis quote. And then I'm going to ask you the question. If you remember last week we said that this is the best definition of a prophet I can think of, but let's make it more teen friendly. The way that you can know that you are mature. The way that you can know that you are becoming more mature. And if you're a 7th grader, you can do this. Certainly if you're 11th or a 12th grader. But if you're a 7th grader, you can do this. The way that you know that you're becoming mature, and only you can know this. I can maybe see it in you. Your parents can maybe see it in you. You're the one that determines this. The way you can know that you are mature is if your heart breaks at the things that break the heart of God. And if your heart does not break at the things that break the heart of God, then you have missed a crucial step of maturity. Nehemiah hears that his friends are in disgrace and that they are worthless. Not they are worthless. They feel like we have no worth. Why defend ourselves? We're not any good. We're just going to get attacked again. Let's just live here and survive. Let's just do the best we can. I don't care what's around me. I got no energy to repair any of this. Hey, I'm not describing the children of Israel. I'm describing the guy or girl that sits across from you at the lunch table or maybe at the next table over, who feels like my life is a mess. I'm not even worth trying to fix it. Nobody likes me anyway. And I'm just going to sit here and I'm content to live in this mass of worthlessness where I feel like I am worth less, and I am worth less every day. I'm worth less than I was yesterday. Some of you know this, and some of you in the room are the person who says, yeah, I'm the one that feels that way. I'm the one sitting next to some of you at the table. And Nehemiah hears this and he breaks down and he cries because he says, that's not the way it's supposed to be. Now, real quick, we got to wrap up here with this one quote. I just want to share this with you. If your heart doesn't break at the fact that somebody that you know or somebody that you don't know, but because you're a human, you share something in common with them, if your heart doesn't break that there's somebody at your school that feels worthless, then it's probably a sign that there's some maturity hole that just hasn't been filled in you yet. And that's okay. I'm not attacking you. You're 13, 14, some of you 16, 17, 18. You're maturing. So this isn't an attack. This is just a reminder that you should be looking for this in your life. And so if it's not true of you now, just pray, God, I want my heart to break at the things that break the heart of God. Now, here's how we wrap up tonight. But somebody goes, no, wait a minute. I don't want my heart to break. I do not want a broken heart. I have had a broken heart many times, and I do not want another one. No, Taylor Swift has cornered the market on broken hearts. She can have all the broken hearts she wants. She's written enough songs for the rest of us. I can't write music. I can just feel what she feels. That's why I'm listening to her songs, because she says everything, or whatever artist you want to put in, you put in your song that describes what your broken heart feels like. You all know the song. You've got a playlist, right? When you get off the phone with that guy or that girl, you all got a playlist you go to that says, I'm going to let this person pour out my broken heart for me. I'm not necessarily talking about that kind of broken heart. But guys, girls, some of you say, Skid, close the Bible. If you're going to teach me how to get my heart broken, I want none of this. I'm not coming to this series anymore because I do not want my heart broken. I'm going to leave you with this quote, then we're going to be done. C.S. Lewis said this. Nehemiah, first of all, he says, I went up at night and I inspected the wall. Nehemiah shows up at night, it's dark, and he goes and sees it. So imagine Zach going and says, I want to find out if this is true what I heard. Now let's imagine it's 2023 and he goes up, I forgot what year it was for a second. He goes up and he says, hey, I want to find my friends. I want to find out if this is true. Like, do you really feel worthless? And they're like, what do you care? You never cared before. He's like, no, I heard that you were feeling worthless and I came to check on you and I came to inspect this because that broke my heart. And he says, I went to inspect it. I went to inspect the wall, to look into something very carefully. I'm an inspector. Like a detective who's looking for clues. He says, I'm going to find every evidence. I'm not going to pick on Alex, but because you guys are friends, you find out that Alex is feeling worthless, and you say, Alex, I'm going to come and I'm going to inspect everything about your heart because I want to know why you feel worthless. And so Nehemiah goes and he surveys it. We'll look at that next week. But here's the quote that I want to leave you with. Can y'all just soak this in? Because even a 13-year-old can understand this. C.S. Lewis says, to love at all is to be vulnerable. Love anything and your heart will be broken. If you want to make sure of keeping your heart intact, you must give your heart to no one. Wrap it carefully with hobbies and luxuries. Avoid all relationships. Lock it up and put it safe in the casket or coffin of your selfishness. But in that casket, safe, motionless, airless, it will change. It will not be broken. It will become unbreakable, impenetrable, irredeemable. The only place outside of heaven where you can be perfectly safe from all of the dangers of love is hell. That's a really heavy quote. And you're like, well, way to ruin my whole night. I came here with principles and was singing, we're having fun, and wait, no. I want you to be encouraged by this. Because here's what we want. What we want are people here whose hearts are breakable. Because you're putting them out there for other people and you're serving other people. And we want your heart to be breakable because when your heart breaks, you've heard me say it a blue million times, when your heart breaks, all the things that people who love you put on the surface of your heart that you never listen to, they fall in first. And then you realize, my heart, it's okay for my heart to be broken when it's broken at the things that break the heart of God. And so, starting next week, we're going to dive in fully. We have no extra things next. We'll have some fun stuff at the beginning, but we're ready to go full steam into this. Because some of you go, I don't really want to hear about a book of the guy's name that sounds old, and I don't know Nehemiah. What's all that about? No. But if you're a sophomore and you go to a school and you've got a friend who feels worthless, then Nehemiah would come and pull a chair up in front of you and say, hey, I want to tell you how to care for that person, and then I want to tell you how to rebuild it. And so come next week ready to build, ready to make some notes, and ready to learn that it's okay to have a broken heart if your heart is breaking at the things that break the heart of God. And so I'm really excited about this, and I want you to be excited too. I don't want to give you a bummer of a quote to leave you with. I want it to inspire you. And so I hope that at least get your interest ready for next week. If you're a guest, we want you to come back next week. I talked to several guests who came last week who said, I really had a good time. I enjoyed being there. Thanks for the way I was made to feel welcome. If you're a guest who wasn't made to feel welcome, give us another chance. Give us at least 3 chances. And if after 3 chances you've not been made to feel welcome, you come and find me personally and we'll correct it. We'll figure it out. But we want you to be here. We're not people who are perfect, but we are people who are forgiven. And we'd love for you to come and help us find the answers to life's biggest questions together, because it's just a lot more fun when you try to figure all that out together. God, thank you for tonight. Thank you for the students in this room, for their parents, for their families. Thank you for their hearts, even the hearts that are broken. God, I'm thankful that they got here with a broken heart. They're in the right place if they have a broken heart. And if their heart is broken over something that breaks your heart, then they're definitely in the right place, because you're going to fill it with your Spirit who's going to make them a builder. A male or female Nehemiah who's going to go out and is going to bring worth back to a city and defense where the enemy is trying to get in. And so, God, be with us as we go through this. For 7th graders all the way through seniors, God, we're going to try to arm them with what does it mean to go out and to build in their schools and in their homes and in their relationships and with their friends. And I'm so excited about that. God, be with these students as they go to school. Thank you for the principals that were here. God, be with these students as many of them go to Sonic or other places and fellowship and make somebody feel welcome. And God, if there is any mass of worthless thing in this room, may your Spirit guide one of us to that person to give them a sense of the great worth that you have given them just because you sent your Son to die for them. And that alone gives them great worth. And it's through that name, the name of Jesus, that we pray. And we all say together, amen. Hey, God bless you guys. Have a great night. We'll see you next week. Have fun. Take care.